Dancing with the Stars judges accused of treating Danielle Fishel unfairly. At this point, it's starting to feel like a personal vendetta, the contestants' former co-star said. Actors Will Friedle and Ryder Strong are sharing their support for their former Boy Meets World co-star, Danielle Fishel, as she continues on her Dancing with the Stars journey. On their iHeart Pod Meets World podcast Saturday, Friedle and Strong defended Fishel's performance on the October 28th Halloween-themed episode of DWTS, in which she and partner Pasha Pashkov danced a Viennese waltz to Lady Gaga and Bruno Mars' Die With a Smile. Fishel and Pashkov received 33 out of 40 points for the number, just 1 point higher than Elaine Hendricks and Alan Burson's score. Hendricks, an actor whose credits include The Parent Trap and Dynasty, was sidelined by a rib injury before the broadcast, requiring judges Derek Hough, Carrie Ann Inaba, and Bruno Tonioli to assess her rehearsal footage in lieu of a polished performance. After acknowledging their views come, with the bias of having a friend on the show, Friedle and Strong nonetheless accuse Hough, Inaba, and Tonioli of judging Fishel too harshly. Carrie Ann has her favorites, Friedle said. She'll have 2 or 3 that, no matter what they do, they could walk on the stage, trip, hit their face, and she'd be like, "You tried so hard, 9. And then Danielle does the best thing where she's doing triple flips and she's like, "You've got to hold your shoulders different too." And it's like, what the fuck? Strong echoed those sentiments, noting, "I held back the anger. I wanted to give them the benefit of the doubt." At this point, it's starting to feel like a personal vendetta. Elsewhere in the podcast, the two actors suggested Fishel was being held to a higher standard because her portrayal of the teenage Topanga Lawrence on Boy Meets World, which aired from 1993 to 2000, remains etched on DWTS judges' minds. "This is a mother. This is somebody who is 45 years old," Strong said. "I think that because she looks so young and they still associate her as Topanga, they think of her as like a young American sweetheart. And that's not really fair." He went on to note, "There's a little bit of like, you've been a star all your life, you've been the center of attention for a long time, and I think that's working against her." Fortunately for Fishel, she and Pashkov were safe after Tuesday's episode, and the pair are set to compete on this week's show. Friedle and Strong's defense of their podcast co-host and former co-star, however, comes weeks after another DWTS Season 34 contestant, Ilaria Baldwin, suggested she'd been bullied off the show after being eliminated on the October 9th episode. Baldwin, who is the wife of actor Alec Baldwin, didn't single out any of the DWTS judges in her complaints, but nonetheless blasted the very coordinated, strategic bullying she received from the show's fans while she was a contestant. "There's a big problem online right now. It's a big problem," she said on the show's official podcast following her elimination. "We don't see each other. We make enemies out of each other. And I'm talking about my fellow women. Women's inhumanity to women. We need to stop. We will never get anywhere."